Oh man, I love it even more now. I don't want to quite say night and day, but it really is night and day. It's the separation is so much better. That I had a nice Marantz before, but this is really top notch. So I'm very happy with it. Can't wait to sit down and watch a full-length movie, but from the little demos we did, it's really nice. Like I said, I like the DIY stuff, or the DIY stuff. I think you get to a certain point where the equipment's more sophisticated than, if you do it every day, you kind of know the nuances, the pitfalls, but if you don't, you go down the rabbit hole and you think it sounds good, but you don't even know it really sounds good. So I'm glad Dreamedia was able to come out and get me dialed in, because it came out real nice. So he brought a mic, he brought the stand, he set it all up, and sat there with his computer, had all the speakers going, and you could see the graphs right on the screen of what it looks like and the programming of the Trinnov does, and then the final result, so you can kind of see all three steps, the before, and the after, and it came out great. The funny thing is, you look at the graph and you're like, wow, it's really different from what it was, but certainly you can hear the difference too. Oh, I think calibration's key. I think you could buy, the best thing in the world, but if it's not calibrated, you might as well use the thing out of the box, because you hate to spend the money and then, cheap out on the 11th hour, and that's where you really make up the difference, I think, because unless you apply that room correction, it doesn't know what it doesn't know, so it can't do its job if you don't properly calibrate it. So I think, what he did today was amazing. Absolutely, 100%, no doubt. I think every step of the way it's been, kind of building on itself, and every new device I put in there, I'm like, wow, okay, that made a big difference. But the Trinnov really did push it over the edge, so I'm very happy with it. Oh, wonderful. Easy to get a hold of. I sent out an email, they called me right back, talked through what I was looking for, what some of the pitfalls were, and what I should look out for, and kind of went from there. No, it's been fantastic. Like I said, very responsive. Was able to recommend some great products, kind of figured out what fits my needs, and kind of grew with me as we expanded the theater. So we built this one, started it right before the pandemic, late 2019. Oh man, so when I first, set it up, I didn't know how much I was gonna use it, so we kind of did everything on the inexpensive side. Just kind of getting into it, and then we used it so much in the first year. I think I put like 650 hours on the projector the first year. So then we were due for some upgrades after that, so we started upgrading slowly, and that's where we got to where we are today. So they got me the screen originally, and I kind of pieced everything else together, and then now I got the JVC NZ8 from them. I got the Kaleidescape from them, and the Trinnov. Oh man, I love it. The projector's mind-blowing. The Kaleidescape's a lot of fun. I love that thing. And the Trinnov we're gonna see after today, but it's the first few days I've had it's been promising. It's been a lot of fun, and like I said, I kind of pieced the first one together with used equipment and whatnot, open box stuff. Just like I said, I didn't know how much we were gonna use it, so I didn't want to put a lot of money into it, but it's worked out real good. It's kind of fun experimenting. I did some, acoustic panels, and then I didn't like those, so I got rid of those, and now I just went with the more foam look, and which is great because I love it, because now it just makes the room that much darker too, so it gets rid of all those reflections. But yeah, do it yourself's fun, just because, like I said, you can change it up, doesn't cost you a lot of money. I think the projector really shines. I went from the Epson 5040 to the JVC, and the JVC is just, it's the Cadillac. It's a beauty.
Yeah, those are nice. See those in shootouts.
The black levels are unbelievable. You wouldn't even, a lot of times you don't really appreciate something unless you see it side by side. This thing, exactly what gray levels are on an Epson versus a JVC. It's phenomenal. I love it. I love the like I said, if I ran into any issues, I call him up. He's there to answer questions. He's always available through the whole process, through the picking of the products, through the purchasing of the products. But yeah, really no issues. I do appreciate the kind of personalized experience you get from Dreamedia for sure. It's interesting because you do it the DIY route, and it's definitely cheaper. You're definitely going to go down the pitfalls. You can read all the forums you want, but until you experience the products and learn them firsthand, you're gonna go through a few pieces of equipment before you find what you really like. But that's kind of the beauty of it, and you can grow with that too, which is what I appreciated. But Dreamedia, I've always been upfront with them. I said, hey, I got the projector, I got the speakers, this is what I want to do. It's not like that's an issue. They don't want to sell you the whole thing. They're happy to help you do it the way you want to do it, which is great. Yeah, I've always loved the idea of home theater. I've always loved big screens, but I never thought I'd have a dedicated one. I always thought I'd, repurpose a living room or something. But having a dedicated theater and sitting in there with pitch black, it really is almost better than going to the movies in a lot of ways. I thought maybe we'd watch, one movie a week in there originally, but my wife loves it. I love it. We love having the nieces and nephews over. She's got a big family, so they come over. We put the kids up in there. They love watching a movie while we're sitting out here having dinner or whatever. So it's really worked out great. It's a central focus of the house when everybody comes over. It's just been so much fun, all the way around, from finding the decor to, like you said, firing it up for the first time and being like, wow, this is fun, or trading out the projectors and see. It's almost like a brand new experience when you go from one product to another and just re-experiencing that excitement. So it's been a really fun process, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I think everybody should have a projector. Everybody should have a big screen, because that's how the movies were meant to be seen. But